The way the Hubble Space Telescope works is it's pretty much an open field. There's an organization called the Space Telescope Science Institute, and if you want to use the Hubble Space Telescope, you make application. You work up your proposal, you submit it to the Space Telescope Science Institute, and proposals that are deemed worthy get time with the Hubble Space Telescope. But they keep a little time to themselves because anything could happen. There might be a technical glitch, the telescope might not be working, there might be a giant solar flare, and they have to close the lid on the telescope to protect the telescope from the solar flare. Anything could happen and you could miss your time. So they keep a little time in reserve. Well, after a whole bunch of years, they realized that they had a lot of free time built up on the telescope because it had been working really, really well. And they said, well, what do you want to do with the telescope? Right? We've got 10 days worth of observing, all right, which is tons, that's an incredible amount of time on the telescope. So they said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to point it at nothing. We're going to pick the spot in the sky that is the darkest, emptiest place that we can find. So they picked this one tiny little area, okay, and it's just shown here in comparison to the size of the full moon. So you can see how small an area of sky it is. And they pointed the telescope there, and they've made one photograph for 10 straight days, basically. 10 days worth of material accumulated into the one single photograph of the darkest, emptiest spot in the sky they could find. And this is what showed up, okay? There's a few stars here, okay? But basically, everything else that you see in here is a galaxy like the one we live in, all right? Like our Milky Way galaxy, with hundreds of billions of stars. Each one of these specks of light has hundreds of billions of stars, okay? That one and 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 that one. Well, in the original photograph, there's about 5,000 of them. 5,000 galaxies, and that is the emptiest spot in the sky that we could find. And I always thought that was just absolutely brilliant.